Hello, I'm Dustin, and I wanted to go over a little bit more of my why I do what I do. And it also kind of will influence a little bit more why I'm creating this channel. I'm sitting here in the broadcast production room at our Huntersville campus. So this is where everything happens on Sunday morning for our tech team for our video broadcast. So our team on Sunday morning requires a minimum of 12 people to be able to produce a full tech service. In order to field 12 people a week, we have a volunteer team of about 60 people, over half of which come from our youth group, and which is a little bit unusual for most churches of our size, but I really love working with our youth. Some of that comes from my recruitment strategy, which I'll go over a little later. And some of that is influenced by my why. Back in 2010, I was in a college program called the Focus Leadership Institute in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I had a professor that gave the students there a challenge to fill our seat. And part of that challenge, they gave us these small little dollhouse chairs. And so this sits on my desk. It is a great reminder for me every single day, every time I see it. It's a reminder for me to ask myself the question, what am I doing to fill my seat? And it was an amazing challenge because it really flavors or influences what I do. Because I know that no matter what I do, I'm never going to be in the same position that I am for the rest of my life. I will either get a promotion, God might call me to another city, another job, move my family somewhere else. And so approaching things with the attitude of replacing myself. It's a great attitude for ministry. It's a great attitude for tech, for church tech especially, because I never know where God's going to call me in the future. But today, I am doing everything I can and to raise up tomorrow's leaders, teach others and mentor others to do what I do and replace myself. That process also allows me to set aside my ego and teach others to do what I do and to do it better than I can do it. And I've seen that come into fruition a lot. I get to train these high schoolers and middle schoolers how to run cameras and how to run tech, and their starting point really kind of gets to begin at where I am now. And I'm excited to see where they're going to take that education and take those skills and add their own experiences to them and grow and develop and take those skills and abilities to much larger and bigger than anything I could ever imagine. Because once they graduate high school, they're going to go off to college and other churches where God takes their families, and they're going to participate and serve on other teams. They're going to participate and serve on other tech teams, and there's going to be a huge impact from what I did in teaching them those skills to where God's going to use those skills in their lives later on. For some, that might be a career or a possible career path. For others, it's just going to be a path where they have an opportunity to serve at church. But for my high school seniors especially, I have also given them their own chairs, their own little chair, and that same challenge as they go off to those other places. Part of that for my high school seniors for this year, as I know they're going to be on my team for another year, but in next August, they're going to graduate and go off to college, many of them. And so I've given them that challenge now to look at where you are on this team. And challenge them to find a mentor younger than them that they can train up to do what they do on Sunday mornings, to do what they do here on this team. So that will develop leaders here on this team, but I'm teaching those high schoolers how to lead and how to mentor. And it's awesome being able to see it work out, how they're able to play out. And this past week, I actually got to stand back and watch it work. I have two of my high schoolers that took on their mentors and trained new camera operators this week. And I really wasn't involved in their training process at all. I watched these students train younger students, and it's amazing to see new teachers flourish through that and watching students realize their ability to teach and enjoyment in that. And it's a great thing to observe. It's taken a couple of years of being able to set that up, to be able to train some of these kids to do all these things. But watching it all take place, some of that comes from a culture mindset of how we've built things here in our team. And some of it has come from just how things have worked out and that mission, that vision that God's given me in filling my seat and being willing to replace myself. I think that whole model can also be easily applied to almost any ministry team. And in my definition, that is what ministry is about. It's about giving away your ministry, giving away your skills and the abilities that God's given you to train others and develop tomorrow's leaders. So, what are you doing to develop tomorrow's leaders?